in the case of last session, I didn't write down like good notes about like what happened. I just listened to it yesterday. So,
Yeah, unfortunately my notes are minimal compared to the session
well,
before.
Angel, you traveled by hot air balloon to the location of this kind of crystalline pyramid that you had spotted that was obviously uncanny in the landscape of the Grey Peak Mountains. So you're traveling there. You're looking for Yelena's old associate slash friend, um, Muldy Marstein.
Yeah, Yelena's coming to the point of like, why did we do this?
Yeah, there was some reflection last session that you're like, do we do we really need to get this guy? How important is it? It seems to be a lot of effort for like one guy.
Yep. I mean, if we get a hot, we are definitely getting out. If we survive this, we're taking one of these balloons.
Deal. Yep.
But you traveled by hot air balloon, navigated bad weather. You know, there was a storm front you went around. You avoided wind shears, causing you to crash on landing. You avoided falling over a cliff when upon landing. But the only thing you didn't do is figure out what a strange floating object was in the sky. You never got quite a good view of it enough to identify what the strange blob was in the sky. But it didn't seem to be a problem. But you arrived at the location after some hiking to the peaks where the crystalline pyramid was a prominent feature. And unnervingly, around this crystal pyramid, there seems to be some alteration in the landscape of the mountains, where not only did you identify there seems to be these purple shards of like debris that have been that have implanted in the landscape, but there is like a blood waterfall and kind of like a capillary network that is now embedded and spread throughout a portion of this the mountain range surrounding this crystalline pyramid. You can see that at the very peak of it and on one side there seems to be pieces that have been cracked and shard off of this pyramid. And there is like an opening kind of in the distance, but there was a bit of a climb to get to the little bit of a plateau in the rock formations where the pyramid was sitting. So Yelena had flown up with her winged boots. And in some, I don't know, at some point during this whole exploration, a particularly large purple crystal became active. And traveling with you is a little intellect devourer, a little brain on feet, little chicken legs, that you know is Noodle, who was camping out at Muldy's observatory along with a mountain lion that had undergone some kind of experiments and had become sentient from some kind of implants. You left the mountain lion behind, and it was named Weasel Bane, but Noodle came with you because it has some psychic powers, some telekinetic powers, and you're hoping can help you like navigate hazards, maybe communicate with some things that you find in this outpost while you are on the hunt for Muldy. But all that Noodle has been able to tell you about these crystals is they seem a bit angry, lost, and they very much want to go home. There's like a driving need to be taken to a place that will get them home. And in that exploration, I don't know, I guess like Yelena thought it was getting aggressive, so she shot it with an arrow. And now we are here with, I guess, everybody rolling initiative. Is there anything else you can think of that was important? I think, I think you got proficiency on religion because while you were flying in the balloon, you had time to finish reading that book.
Yes. I'm still getting that blinking thing.
I'm still
Crap. Okay.
Yeah. It's not letting me
Man.
click the buttons to roll the dices.
That's annoying. Okay, maybe during break I will relaunch. Well, we might not do a break, but I'm going to disable it next time we play. Because all that does, I think, is, like when you hit something, maybe there's a sound effect and a little sword or a blood splash pops up on your screen. I think that's what that's related to that's causing the errors. That's disappointing because it looked like it had been updated.
No worries, we'll manage with it.
Yeah. Oh, I should roll initiative. So that I can get a pop-up as well. This has all kinds of issues. I wonder, oh, hey, lucky for you guys, the initiative got even worse compared to what number I automatically had on there. AKA even slower than you, Terel. And I have to roll for Jomont. Because he's still here. I don't know why. I went ahead and rolled using the button, even though I knew I was going to get an error. And he has +3 for Dex, so not great. Very meh initiative for Lord Jomont. So there is a very large crystalline monolith that is floating now in the air, not quite parallel with you where you are, Yelena, but it is hovering above where everybody else is. A good 30 feet in the air, and it's probably about 20 feet hovering below where you are, Yelena.
Okay. Remind me, did I shoot this entity?
I think you shot it once. It has 10 damage, which I'm assuming was your doing.
Are these intelligent?
Yeah, did we try talking to it?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if
You haven't tried talking to it per se, but through what Noodles picked up from the telepathy, it had the same kind of messaging as the smaller shards. Oh, which I seem to recall there was one point where like Kai maybe touched one of the smaller shards and it did some damage to him. Am I remembering that correctly? Does anyone else remember that?
I feel like something happened.
But so far, what Noodles is picking up is really just kind of like one word sentiments and high emotions. Like you're kind of gotten the idea that even if this thing would be capable of communication, whatever has occurred to it, it is currently overwhelmed, like with the emotion of like combination of anger and kind of wanting to leave. But you kind of drawn its attention now.
Does anybody have calm emotions?
I don't think so. I was just checking. No.
Calm emotions with fire?
Yeah, I mean, calm emotions with smite.
Different types of calm emotions. I think that's more like a clerical thing.
I have
unfortunately.
charm person. I think
Was
he
it classed as
probably.
a person?
Probably not. I feel like we are.
I'm just
Yeah, it is
Judging
kind
speaking
of like
animals won't work either.
a huge crystal entity.
So
That might be a stretch for it being a person.
Noodle can't talk to it. It's not. Oh god, don't know what's going on with my button. So Noodle can't talk to the monolith, or it's not understanding Noodle. Did we try that?
We haven't really you're trying to see I don't think you've specifically tried to communicate.
Right.
You've more been asking Noodle for picking up vibes about what's going on. But at this point you have kind of shot it. So it would take some very persuasive communication to perhaps step down.
Shall we just carry on trying to kill it then, do you think? Give it. Oh, I don't know. Unless.
Something got said that triggered our empathy. The whole home thing. So anyway. And Noodle can't communicate back. It's only one way.
Noodle can put messages, can use messages, but on any checks you'd be using Noodle's abilities to be persuasive.
It's worth a shot.
I mean, we can try.
Which for Noodle is a flat roll, basically.
Mm-hmm. What's my persuasion? Might also be flat. Yep, so's mine. So hey. Yeah, can we? I mean, it's not my turn. I'm speaking out of turn.
So it's either telling Noodle to do something or it's Kai.
What do we think?
It's I'm gonna be really annoyed if Muldy ends up being the bad guy here. I'm gonna shoot him myself if he's imprison these creatures.
Okay, so at this point Noodle is just kind of he's with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not with you, Yelena, but he's with everybody else to the south, and you guys are a bit of a distance away. From where all this is going down, I think Yelena, you're the closest. So Noodles is kind of hovering with you guys, specifically staying close to Kai, because Kai does seem to be his favorite, even though he hasn't been talking to you directly.
Okay.
But he just doesn't do anything. He just kind of huddles, or Noodle. I say he, but it's more like it's a they because it's a brain. But Noodle is hovering with Kai. But Kai, you're up. What are you going to do? You see, Yelena has shot this monolith.
Yeah. So, well, I'm thinking. I mean, I don't think there's anything we could do now to reverse this. So I think we're just gonna have to try and kill it. Do you? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know. So I was thinking of obviously chucking a spell at him.
Really? Would that be a big fireball spell by any chance?
Well, I can't decide whether to do a lightning bolt, a fireball, or a vitriolic sphere. I just can't decide because I don't know what it's going to be resistant of. So I'm thinking lightning bolt.
Okay.
And it's 100 feet, so I'm in range. So I'm gonna do it.
And is that a ranged spell attack? It's not a saving throw, is it?
It is a DC 16 save. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have to roll it in the chat thing because
I will roll because this entity has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
Dude.
Uh-oh.
And you said it was a I rolled
16.
a 3. Wait, it didn't do advantage.
No, it didn't.
Well, that sucks. I have the button pushed.
Can you roll another one? And
I am going to roll another one.
I was almost an
much,
18.
not much better. It was dexterity, which, because this is a crystalline monolith, it's not very dexterous. It's kind of like slow and hovery. So that is a 9, which means it did fail the saving throw against your lightning bolt.
so I shall roll damage in the chat then.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dice.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Kai, you just kind of, raise your arms, do some magic whatsits, and a bolt of lightning shoots out of your hands and just zaps this crystalline monolith, doing a hearty 32 points of damage. You don't see any sign that there was any absorption or ineffectiveness from this. I mean, perception-wise, you probably weren't even aware that they had advantage on the saving throw because it's just this big old slow, stupid crystal thing that couldn't get out of the way.
Yeah.
Or maybe that it didn't see you coming.
Maybe, yeah. So maybe I've just sort of alerted him it to the fact that I am here. And that's me done, I think.
But there is now a fissure in the side of this crystal, and a few of the small shards come raining down, and these are burnt to a blackened purple, so you don't see them implanting into the landscape. Kai, any movement on your part?
No, I think I'm going to stay down here where I am for the time being, I think.
All right. Then Yelena, you are up.
Okay. I'm just gonna shoot.
The fun and fancy-free old reliable shoot it with arrows.
Yep. Did it do anything?
No.
Nothing. But a window popped up.
Yeah, I think that's why Rich
did
all the rolls in the chat.
The window, yeah. I keep using the default maneuvers, but it's not cooperating unless we roll in the chat. And I feel like the chat window, for the most part, has a very low dice roll karma thing happening. Because we haven't rolled above 10. I mean, you're basically the highest roll.
Yep. So I'm assuming that's a miss.
That is a miss. You shoot an arrow at the crystal, but with a 10, it just glances off of the stone.
Let's try that again. There we go.
But a 25, you manage to land your second arrow in a good fissure part where you see a crack from where the arrow was able to pierce into the stone's lattice work. You do another 10 damage. So that's kind of identical to the previous arrow you shot it with.
10 points at a time. So it will take physical damage, definitely.
Mm-hmm. It will take damage. And it takes piercing. You don't see any kind of dampening on the damage that you did to it with your arrows. Any other bonus actions or movement on your part?
Let's see, can I do anything cool bonus?
There is your hunter's mark.
Yeah.
Though I don't know with the way things are working if that's going to work because of this pop-up thing.
Nah, I'm trying to decide if I want to move anywhere. My instinct is I'm going to stay put right now. So no more moves
Okay.
for me.
That means Lord Jomont is up, and he sees that you're shooting it. He doesn't have any lightning bolts at his disposal, alas. But he sees that you've been successful shooting at this, and so he's like, well, I guess we're shooting it. Pulls out his longbow, and he tries to follow in your footsteps. Or your winged feet steps. I tried rolling at the chat, but that did not. Okay, there it did. And that is a miss with a 12. I think he gets 2 now because he got a level. It's after the Let me double check. Yes. Okay, so he gets another one. And this one with a 16, it does hit. I don't know why it's giving information about improved critical, because that doesn't apply. Maybe it is doing that on every single attack. Anyway, it should not roll critical damage. So that's 9 points of damage for him. So not quite as well as Yelena did in the attacking the floating rock, but he contributed. So zap, pewy pewy, arrows. They're kind of glancing off of this crystalline structure, but you see that the ones that have landed keep causing cracks, and there are like kind of fissures and graping in the rain of stuff. Now you do notice them when the arrows happen, the little shards that are raining off, they are landing on the ground below, and those do seem to be kind of adhering to the ground below, whereas the magical damage that Kai did destroyed or made them really like completely inactive.
So, do we think then that the other shards that we passed earlier are also dropped from this entity?
That it's possible. I'll just, without doing an insight check, you think that these other little tiny purple shards, because they had similar messaging to this large one. It's just the large one was very loud and scary about it when Noodle reported back. You think that these smaller crystals that are dotting the landscape are perhaps small shards off of this crystalline monolith.
Yeah.
And I think Lord Jomont, he's going to scoop up the brain, Noodle, and he's going to start moving towards. There was a spot where you guys were planning to take shelter and do a rest or something, I think. That's the green spot, the kind of crevice that I have marked. He's going to move towards that because not only is it good shelter, but he thinks it's probably going to be like a bit of a bunker, a shield against some stuff. And he's going to carry the little brain with him. The little brain is squirming in his arms, and it doesn't have eyes and it doesn't have arms, but it does seem to be like kind of leaning towards Kai as Lord Jomont carries the little brain away. Terel, you're up.
Right. So, what distance is it from me at the moment? Because it's obviously outside of melee range, but I've got a range of 120 feet on my pistol.
I would say I was treating like that Kai in general was about 120 feet away from it.
Right. Then
I don't know if that's exact by the number of grid squares here.
Okay.
Then but I'd say that 120 feet is legit.
I know it's 70 up to him, but if he's floating, it's going to be slightly longer. Right. I'm going to move 30 feet, so I'm definitely within range, and then I'm going to shoot him with
That was
the
like,
thing
it
that
was
I've lost.
laziness on my part. I was just like, rather than count squares, I was just like, let's just say
Well-
that Kai is 120 feet away.
Like I
And
said,
not.
I've measured. I've done a measuring arrow, and it was 70 feet. But obviously, if he's floating in the air, I'm assuming it's slightly.
Yeah, some kind
further.
of triangular trigonometry thing happening.
Yeah. Which
That
my brain
I
doesn't want
didn't
to do
intend
that.
to calculate.
Right. I also cannot do that. So. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Right, so it's 2d10 plus 4 force. Is it all force?
Yes.
Alright, if I do the 2d10 and then a 4.
Do 2d10 and I'll add 4.
Oh, it's just a plus 4, not a 4 roll.
Right. So
Okay.
that's 20 total.
Yeah. Do I still get 2 attacks if I'm not hitting him with the sword?
How many bullets do you have left in your gun?
I have. Hang on. I know I had more than 6.
Well, some of those I think you have to reload or something.
Yeah. Well, according to this, I had 12 bullets, and this is the first time I've used it. So I've now got 11. I don't know how many bullets the pistol actually takes.
Oh.
That's a good point.
Okay. I get it. I probably didn't establish anything in the get-go, so let's treat like, okay. Then you do, how many attacks do you normally get?
Sorry, say that again. I normally get 2 attacks. Yeah.
So yeah, you can shoot again.
Okay.
I'm thinking back to when the gunslingers were shooting at you guys. Okay, with a nat
No, that's
1,
nice.
that does not hit.
King
But
of the rock.
make sure you mark down that you have only 10 left.
Yep.
Because that's finite. When you were fighting the gunslingers, they did have, I had them that their guns had a specific amount. And during that battle, it was like they could run out of their ammo. And reloading would take a certain action.
Okay.
So your first one hits, your second one doesn't. Are there any bonus actions or movement? Well, you already moved a little.
I've already moved. I mean, I could do Misty Step and get closer. I'm just not sure if that's a good idea or not. Because if it drops on me, I'm probably screwed. Let me just check the range on my shield. No, 34. Okay, then that's all I can do. Do I closer to it? No, I'll step up. That's me done.
The crystalline monolith is going to use a legendary action and teleport in the direction of Kai, because Kai last round did the most damage out of all of you. What it does is it disappears momentarily from view, and then it just reappears. Let me move it up a little bit. It's not a problem. I mean, this doesn't impact Yelena at all, because she has like a shooting range of like 5,000 miles or something.
I think that's probably exaggerated.
As long as she's aware of it, if it's like, 2 mountains over, she could probably shoot it. But now it's like really close up in range for you guys. But it moves close to Kai. And then it casts a spell. And I think Kai is going to have to make a saving throw. And Kai is not within 10 feet of you, is Kai? 10 feet of Terel is. Kai's not 10 feet.
No.
No, I can't protect you.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Kai.
Oh dear.
Kai, you have just been dominated by the will of this crystalline entity. So you now have a telepathic link with it. And it demands that you protect it.
Right. So can I talk to it?
You have a telepathic link with it.
Um,
And you must do your best to obey. Now, the spell doesn't really say anything about, like, are you capable of having, chatty conversation or not? So I don't know really where to fall upon that.
right, okay. But he's telling me
Okay.
or it's telling me that it needs protecting.
Yes, it wants you to protect it. And until the end of your next turn, where I think you get to do a saving throw, you can only take this action. And you don't do anything other than that action.
Okay.
And each time I won't tell you that part. Anyway, you are dominated, Kai.
Right, okay. So I'm no use.
Well, that's debatable. We're skipping Noodle again. Oh, it's Kai. It's your turn.
Saving throw?
Not at the beginning of your turn. That's at the end of your turn. So now you're charged to protect the crystalline monolith from these people who are attacking it.
But I don't want to. How am I gonna do that? I'm not.
Well, let's say you throw a fireball at people who are attacking it.
You have no control. It's told you are basically under its control at the moment.
All right, so I have to do a fireball.
You don't have to do a fireball.
Well, you don't have to do a fireball, but basically either incapacitate or damage. Like, this is an instance where if you had something like hold person or something that did something other than murder people, it might come in handy.
Put people to sleep. Put people to sleep.
Well, maybe that's something you can do. Try to put people to sleep.
Right, it's 90 feet.
You're within 90 feet of Terel and Lord Jomont and Noodle.
Should have taken Misty Step.
Yeah. The total is how many hit points of creatures? Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected in ascending order of their current hit points. Right. Shall I do sleep?
You can do sleep. But what's the highest level spell you have?
Up 4.
So use a level 4 spell and roll the number of dice you have with a level 4 rather than a level 1.
Oh, 5d8. So I'm rolling 5d8.
Normally it's 5d8 at a level 1. You'll do it at a level 4, which means you'll roll 8d8.
7d8 because it says roll an additional 2d8 at higher levels
For each slot. Oh, 2d8 for
each slot.
So 6d8 plus 5d8, 11d8.
Right, 11d8 in the chat coming up.
Yeah, you do a times 10 and then just add another 8 to it.
Oh, hang on a minute, and let me just do another one. There we go.
So 62. And what does it start? Does it start with the lowest?
Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points. Each creature affected by the spell falls unconscious until the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage or some.
Well, the advantage of that is because you didn't roll higher. You had Noodle as a meat shield available. So with a 62, because that would have been enough to put. Well, neither one of Jomont and Terel weren't damaged, so it wouldn't have done enough for anything. But Noodle goes to sleep. So you see the little walking brain kind of like turn around, and Noodle wasn't doing nothing for nothing before. He was just kind of like, huddling and being scared. But he kind of circles like a dog does as it's getting on its bed, and you see it just sort of like lie down in a little ball and just start snoozing beside Jomont's boots. But that does use up your level 4 spell. And
yes,
now you get to make another wisdom saving throw.
Ooh,
Damn
A
it.
9, alas, is not high enough to escape the domination of the crystalline structure.
Boo. So that's my turn done, yes?
That is your turn. It is now Yelena's turn.
Do I see anything amiss below? Does anything look suspicious to me?
Make
or am I too
make a perception check or an arcana check. Or maybe instead of perception, insight or arcana. Because the main thing I think you would see is that you'd have to like be able to interpret what you see.
Nope. Got no clue.
As far as you're concerned, you know, Kai cast a spell, but nothing seemed to really happen. It looks kind of like Noodles, you know, curled up. It could be, you know, you're not sure. I don't think you can necessarily tell if it's sleeping or if Noodle is hiding. But
Well,
based off of that, you haven't been able to come to any conclusions about what's happening with Kai.
well, I've still got a line on it.
But you
so
still have 2 attacks. You still have 2
Yep.
attacks. And a 22 hits. So 15 damage. Now, with you damaging the creature, the domination that it has on Kai, 2 things happen. It has domination on Kai. So first, it's going to roll to see if it maintains concentration. I need a 10.
Ooh.
And it breaks
Yay.
concentration. So with that, the control, the power that you have dominating your senses clears, and you're in control of your mind now, Kai.
Yay.
All right.
But the other thing doesn't happen because if the concentration succeed, I was going to let you make another. You were going to get to make another saving throw. But you're free anyhow. Your second attack.
Second attack.
And a 16 hits. 16 seems to be the magic number today. Lots of 16s. And 13 damage. Did I apply the 15 damage before? I have no clue. I feel like I did, maybe. But can you guys, do anybody have an insight on whether I really, really did?
Nope.
All right, so you did 28 damage total this round, Yelena. And there are several heavy, like deep fissures and a lot of debris in below the spot where the crystalline monolith is kind of hovering over, where Kai and Terel and Lord Jomont and the napping noodle are. And as the debris kind of showers down, there is a little glassy tinkling noise. But do you have any bonus or movement that you want to do into your turn?
I appear to be doing just fine where I am, so I'm going to stay right where I am for right now.
Okay. Lord Jomont is going to continue trying to shoot things and be helpful. Uh, 17 hits. I tried rolling it on the creature. I don't know why I did. So his first arrow does 12 damage. And second attack, 14 misses. So let me apply the 12 damage. And that is Jomont's turn. So Terel, you are up.
Right. How high up in the air is it hovering?
It's about, I don't know, 20 feet.
And from where I am, can I see if it's... Is it craggy? Can I stand on it? Would I be able to grab hold of stuff?
Yeah, I think it's possible. You would have to do like a running, like do an athletics check.
All right. I've got
Let's
Misty
say-
Step.
Oh, Misty Step. Yeah, you can misty step to the monolith. Definitely. Like on top of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, then for my bonus action, I would like to land on top of... I'm not going to drop myself on top of it because it'll nap everything up.
Okay. So, Terel, you have misty stepped and you're now standing on top of this crystalline monolith.
Right, I'm going to attack it with my bow.
You got your own little flying glacier. And a 17 hits.
Yay!
You do 13 damage.
Okay, and I'll go again. Oh, that was good.
A 27 definitely hits.
8.
And that's 8. So that's 21 damage.
And while I'm hitting it with my sword, I'm just going to say, we didn't want to attack you.
As you're standing on this monolith right now, and as you're shouting at it that we didn't want to attack you, it is very precarious. You can feel like it almost feels like it's going to break up underneath your feet at any point. And as you're standing on it, you're balancing on it right now. But you can feel like the cracks and the fissures after you landed your blow. And as you finish shouting, we didn't want to fight. It begins to crack apart, and basically it explodes.
Yeah.
So everybody.
Did he go deathly silent, or was it just me?
It is. I did go silent because I'm talking to myself. Because I'm trying to draw a circle to see who has to make a saving throw. So it is Terel and Kai. You need to make dexterity saving throws. And Terel, because you are standing on the monolith when it explodes, you are at disadvantage.
Dex save, is
hang
it?
on, I
Yeah,
have to do
dexterity
from the
saving
okay.
throw is going to be a DC 16.
Right, let's roll 1.
To avoid being hit by the shards, the crystalline shards of this monolith as it explodes.
9.
All right, so both of you are hit with 46 of the crystal shards. You both take 11 damage. But as the shards rain down, other than hitting you and giving you like various cuts and abrasions, these crystals seem to turn black and they're inert, as this monolith seems to have been diffused after the brief kind of like sounds of you guys getting impacted and Terel landing on the ground from like about 20 feet up. I'm treating the dexterity saving throw as also, well, I probably could have like had falling damage because you were about 20 feet up, but let's not do that.
Okay.
Let's just pretend you tumbled. You tumbled in the process. And a little bit of like the raining sound of like the shards and debris hitting the ground below. And then there's just silence. It's very quiet, other than the continuing drip sounds of the blood waterfall and the mountain wind through the brush, and little teeny faint snores coming from the sleeping noodle. The only one who maybe hears anything different is Yelena, because of her proximity to the pyramid.
What do I hear?
Coming from the openings of the sheared places of the pyramid, you hear something kind of fleshy and like some things moving through something wet. Vaguely, the closest thing you can think of that it reminds you of is when you were trekking through the sewers in Succumber.
Yeah.
The opening is dark. It does seem, again, fleshy in an unpleasant manner. And the smell coming from it is a bit rank, sour.
Okay.
Like gym socks and someone who has not showered in quite
Do I have
some
any way
time.
to light the inside?
I don't know, do you?
Do I?
You have dark vision, and so to a certain degree you can see, and there's what you can see, it does seem to be like kind of the opening, the edges of it, it's almost like a doorway, but here again it's like fleshy and crusted around the opening. There are little gleams of metal and admit amongst the fleshiness. And it doesn't seem completely stagnant. And that's a little bit unsettling.
This looks like some sort of orifice into a
Yes.
living creature.
It does seem like an orifice, but not, not the kind that, is natural. It just seems like not the kind of orifice that you're used to as a ranger romping around in the woods.
the kind of orifice the ranger will run into. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna just sort of yell in there, Muldy, you in there?
And you
'Cause
just
if
hear
not, I'm not going in.
you
Thank-
don't hear anything other than like continuous, like the squelching that you were hearing before. Like slight movement and little rustling sounds. The other thing that you're picking up is in the network of capillaries that splay through the mountainside here. You can detect that it does seem to be kind of pulsing. And I don't know how sensitive you are to it, but like whether or not you want to even risk like stepping on it or not as you're walking over here, because the veiny parts, it's not necessarily as fleshy. It seems like kind of like hard and like crusted over, but there's that resemblance. And there is like this sense that in the kind of like the red crust that splits into fissures of the mountainside does seem to contract rhythmically.
Ugh. All right, I am just gonna. I don't like any of this. This is highly unnatural. Not like, I mean, it's almost like this rock is becoming this is becoming a living entity in a weird way with all the blood and the capillaries and the
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna fly down back to the party here.
All right.
And I'm just gonna tell them, hey, that thing up there is nasty. Like I don't know what's going on. It I just convey that it's got this opening in it that I can't tell if it's stuff is supposed to come out or stuff is supposed to go in it, but it seems sort of alive and fleshy. I convey all that in the capillaries and all that stuff too. And it's like I yelled for Muldy. He's doesn't appear to be in there. I don't think any of us should go in that thing. I don't know what we should do. I don't know if we should keep looking, if we can find Muldy, and then if not, say, oops, sorry. I can't remember. Were we supposed to get other? Please remind me what the rest of our mission is besides Muldy. I think we were looking for some of other creatures.
Well, I
And
think
Noodle's friends
Weasel,
and
Bane, and Noodle said that there were other creatures there that were
yeah,
being experimented on in the bad
right,
place.
right.
Noodle's still napping, so
Well, I don't know that anything is being experimented on in there. I mean, I can fly back up and scout around and see if I see anything else that looks like an actual building.
okay.
If the party agrees to that.
Sure.
Joe Monk
I
calls
mean,
up from
yeah,
like the fissure where Noodle is napping and is like, "So, are we going to? There was going to be there was talk of a short rest or a long rest. Are we resting?
Definitely need a rest because, spell slots.
It's been you've been. I forgot. That's the thing I forgot. You guys have been awake for like 24 hours.
oh, wrong button. Yeah, that was it. We were exhausted.
So yeah, you're getting close to the point in time where everybody would take a point of exhaustion unless you take a long rest.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's get somewhat away from this. And then
Should we go down into this area down there?
Where Jomon is.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we think that's defensible, then yeah.
So you like go a bit of ways. Like yeah, Yelena rejoins the rest of the group, flies down, and you get several. I don't know how close you will be comfortable for you, but however close you feel comfortable, camping out. You find a spot that you think is defensible. Um, make camp. Are you like setting up tents, etc.? Are you like doing the kind of like trying to be stealthy and make a little use brush to try to hide where you're sleeping? Or how stealthy are you with camping out? Or
yeah, I
are
feel
you
like we
relying
Yeah.
more on distance versus stealth?
Well, we saw the mountain lions when we were on our way in, didn't we? So
They were just watching. They were just like,
yeah, I don't think they might change. Might it depends on whether they even want to get close to this thing. So
true.
I still feel like we should have some kind of camouflage if we can.
yeah, I'm good with that.
And
All right.
possibly have a
I should be
watch as well.
So whoever wants to can make a survival check to see how
okay.
well you do camouflaging your campsite.
Let me see. I am good at that, so let me do that. She says, famous last words.
16 is pretty good.
Yeah.
So you do a passing job. You collect some of the underbrush that's growing in the side of the mountain, and you kind of rearrange some scrub brush so that it's surrounding where you guys camp. And with overhanging of rock and everything, it's not very clear and obvious that the five of you are have made camp. Put away the flashy stuff. Maybe like stick the bow blade in its what's the word? In its scabbard.
Sure.
I feel like that's another word, but it glows, right? Doesn't the bow blade glow slightly?
Sorry, wrong button. Yeah, it does. It does have a faint light, and I will put it away.
So all of that kind of stuff you guys do, and you feel like you have fairly low profile. And you can receive a long rest. So let me do that. Give back the spell slots. And you sleep the day away. So by the time you guys gather up again and feel properly rested, except for Kai, you do your elven meditation, so you had like about 4 hours extra while everybody else was still snoring. And Noodle also wakes up a little bit early, about half an hour before everybody else does. And as soon as Noodle wakes up, Noodle kind of cuddles up to, not to your legs, but Noodle tries to hop up on your shoulder, Kai, and it's just kind of nuzzling against your ear. At one point,
Lovely.
I mean, it's just like a brain, but if you didn't know better, you think maybe it was like trying to lick your ear. But when you like kind of jerk back and like look at the little brain, you can't tell there's any way that it was like doing that. But it's maybe a little bit overly attached. Like maybe this isn't the kind of pet that you want. I don't know.
It's definitely odd.
But I imagine it's a little bit like a person who isn't a cat person, but when they go over to someone who has a cat's house, the cat immediately is like all over them.
Yeah.
That's what Noodle is like with Kai.
So we just keep each other company then for
Yes.
a few hours.
Unless there's anything else that you like want to use that time for.
I don't know if there is anything to be doing really.
Okay. So everyone wakes up. You see just Kai just sitting there, kind of uncomfortably sitting with a little brain squatted on his shoulder. What are your next steps?
Right. So it was a pyramid that was all organic icky stuff, was it?
Yes, everything weird and gross seems to be radiating from this pyramid structure.
Okay, and Noodle and Weaselbane told us about a camp with like they had the things they had everything in cages. We've not seen that anywhere.
The bad place.
Yeah.
Noodle said that like he can tell when he gets closer, but he also has indicated that there are distance limitations.
Right.
You know, it seems to
So
be like
Yelena, do you think it's worth you trying to maybe have a sneaky scout with your amazing flying boots and see if you can
Yeah.
spot anything? And have we seen that thing that was flying around? Is it still flying around? Or was that the crystalline monolith and we just didn't realise?
do perception check.
This may not be good. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
With 15, you do still see there is a bit of a blob in the sky, but it seems like it's probably several miles away. Like you traveled when you landed the balloon, and you're several miles away from where you landed the hot air balloon. You were probably like the closest to that flying object
Right, so
that
it's
you've
back the
gotten
way
so
we
far.
came then.
So as you hike towards this pyramid, you kind of were changing direction in such that you were moving farther away from it again.
Okay. All right. Well, since the whole idea is we think Muldy's captured by something, and I don't want to go into the icky pyramid thing either. Maybe we should see if we can find this camp / bad place.
Yeah, I think so.
You hear Noodle pipe up in your head, Terel, and you're like, "Have you found anything? What happened with the big purple crystal? It got quiet."
We smashed it.
Well, that's one way of dealing with a big thing.
Well, it didn't seem to want to talk to us. We're trying to find the bad place. I
It's here
take it.
somewhere.
Can you give us an idea of which direction to look for it? Do you sense anything coming from anywhere?
It's nearby.
Um, if I pick him up and sort of like slowly rotate 360 degrees, would he be able to say when the signal's stronger based on which direction he's pointing?
So you pick Noodle up, and he reluctantly leaves Kai's shoulder. Or they reluctantly leave Kai's shoulder, and you just kind of like, try to aim him like antenna. Maybe holding your arms out in front of your chest, but like on him up in the air and try to get a clear signal. And as you turn around 360, when you're pointing the little walking brain in the direction of the pyramid, he's like, it's from that direction.
Oh, great.
Did I mention that it was I think it was underground?
You did not mention that. Didn't we say last session there was the cave?
We had to climb up to leave. Kind of, I think.
Right.
Was it? What was the cave like?
It was kind of like me,
Oh no.
but everywhere.
Nah.
It wasn't like Weaselbane. It wasn't furry.
Is it sort of fleshy?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
Oh God.
There's like metal stuff too.
Yeah. Folks, I've got some bad news.
I don't want to hear it. How much do you really like your friend?
I can still go up and look for someplace else we can go. Let's see if there's some like nice beach.
Maybe there's some more wyverns flying around here somewhere.
Exactly. Let's just go to the beach.
Lord German's, I hear and I commiserate, but didn't Orlbar need your friend for repairing the defenses?
Yeah.
Can
That's why we said we would come and get him.
can Kai do that if we abort this mission? He kind of like scratches his head sheepishly. He's like, I'm afraid I'm really only probably good at breaking it more.
Oh, that's a skill. Well, let's go. Can we all just go up there and take a look?
We're gonna have to, aren't we?
Can everybody get up there easily enough?
You can fly up there, and you're capable of carrying Noodle with you. Noodle's small enough. Being a tiny creature, you can have it with no problem. The rest of you,
see if Noodle gets a stronger signal underneath the pyramid or past it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you fly up to kind of the vicinity of the pyramid, and as you get higher, you don't hear anything. But actually, Terel, you don't hear anything either because you get too far away for Noodle to message you back. But as Yelena, as you fly closer, Noodle does seem to give off the body language of being excited and the brain kind of nodding up and down as you get closer to the pyramid.
Okay. And I can't communicate with him, right? He's
well, Terel's the only one who's given permission, has given consent for Noodle to be in their head so far, and he's trying to be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're trying to be respectful. You get the idea that this is some kind of something that maybe Muldy lectured it on, and not being in people's heads unless they say it's okay. Which, now you think maybe the Noodle wasn't really like talking directly with the crystalline structure before. It was just picking up on vibes that it was radiating.
All right, I'll take Noodle and fly on it back down to the group.
And once Noodle gets in range to message you, Terel, Noodle's like, yeah, that's it. That pyramid, that's the thing.
Then I will relay that to the group and say, yep, that thing.
Maybe it's just like the entrance. Maybe once we get past that, it won't be so bad.
Maybe. How bad did he say it smelled?
Like old socks.
Like, gym socks and somebody needs to take a shower.
I set off my OCD.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Terel, you're probably the most impacted by this situation because of your striving for cleanliness.
Okay, well, Noodle got out, so presumably we can get in and hopefully back out. So
Yeah.
off we go.
So you can everyone can climb closer. For Yelena and Noodle, of course, you can just fly up there.
Yeah.
Everyone else, it is about 50 feet up the mountainside. You have rope.
Have
You
the
have
place with the ladder.
you have a ladder. I think you could probably manage to one of like kind of how in the art we'll use how the art is in this instance, and where there's like a little ledge that sticks out, you could probably use the ladder to get to that ledge, and then it's big enough you could prop the ladder up, continue climbing. I would say maybe that second one there might need to be a little bit of an athletics or acrobatics check to make sure you don't fall off, but I'd only be looking for a nat 1 to be a failure.
Okay.
So given the tools that you have, it's not hard to scale the side of the mountain. So just Yelena, no check for you, but Kai and Terel and Lord Jomont, just do an athletics or acrobatics check and see if you do a natural 1. So you guys are fine. Lord Jomont, what did I do with Lord Jomont? Here he is. Here's hoping I don't kill him. Or maybe, oh no, you killed him. Oh, I should just roll a d20. Oh no, I didn't kill him. So you all climb up. So like once you get up on the plateau, you can pick up on more of like the vibrations, the pulsing, this kind of rhythmic, slight pulsing of the capillaries that have grown into the fissures of the mountainside. The slight vibration coming from the glassy metallic pyramid, and the not completely pleasant stench coming from the openings on the pyramid. Or really one opening, the other part is just damaged.
So are we going in? Are we going inside then?
I think we have to, don't we?
As you're standing around that kind of opening, and you can tell you can see what Yelena saw before, that there is something kind of fleshy and crusty about the opening, something that's like and the sounds that are kind of squishy coming from inside. But you can also tell that there seems to be, at least at this point, some metal framework in little places, like maybe it's a structure that's supporting everything else that has grown over. Maybe it's an extension of the pyramid, part of the original structure that was damaged. Or perhaps it's like the hatch opening to the pyramid, as it always was. You're not quite sure. So you pick up on everything that Yelena got to see earlier, but everyone make a perception check. Kai, as you peer through, and Yelena too, both of you, as you peer through the opening, just inside a couple feet, you notice what looks like a scrap of paper in amidst the fleshy bits. And you kind of, at this point, as you, Kai, with your dark vision, and I guess you have dark vision too, Yelena, because you're half elf, you kind of see that it's not just fleshy stuff. You think that maybe there is some garbage here as well, what you would classify as garbage, and maybe that's what was crawling around in the sewers of Succumber for you. But you see a piece of paper that looks out of place because it doesn't look like necessarily a trashy piece of paper. It looks like kind of like a crisp, rolled up piece of parchment that has been sealed with a little bit of wax, just kind of tucked in there, sticking out for anyone who's going to notice it.
Okay, can Kai use Mage Hand to scoop it out?
Yes, if you have Mage Hand, you absolutely can scoop it out with Mage Hand.
I do. Something useful.
Very arcane trickster of you. And you pull it out, and it does look like it is a note. And you unroll it.
Mhm.
And Yelena, you immediately, you recognize this looks like Muldy's handwriting. And the note says, "I'm scribbling down some bits just in case one of my buddies follows me. Hi, buddy. If you aren't my buddy, please put this scribble back where you found it. In fact, if you've made it this far, you probably should just leave. You're going to die, or worse. Unless you're one of my buddies, then you probably have maybe, an 80% chance of survival. Huzzah!" And the note is signed Muldy Marstein, Esquire.
Wow. Okay. What do we think are his buddies then? Like Noodle?
Oh, Yelena.
I don't know.
Or Handsome Moonsilver. I mean, you recall, part of this whole situation was also, Handsome Moonsilver told Yelena that Muldy had reached out and said he was investigating, that he'd found the aliens that he was investigating and hadn't heard from him in a little while since then. So it's possible he could be referring to the Moonlight Men, of which Yelena is associated.
Yeah. So is there any sense, is anything keeping us from going in? Do we think there's a booby trap of some sort?
Lord Jomont pipes up, "Should I try to identify trapworks?"
Yeah.
All right. I shall do that forthwith. And he kind of pokes his head just inside the opening, but not too far, as far as he can without actually stepping into it, and looks around. That is +3, so a 12. He does not pick out anything else. And because he is human, he doesn't have dark vision to really help identify any more additional features that might be significant past the doorway. But he doesn't see anything that looks like it's a trap in this opening in the immediate area.
I mean, I would
So
suggest
it's
I go first.
First 10 feet, it looks clear. Looks disgusting, but it looks clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall we just risk it for a biscuit?
Well, shall I go in a few and see if Alt triggers off, and then if not, you follow, and we'll just do it that way, so we're not all clumped together if something bad happens.
Okay.
Do.
So Terel is going in.
Yeah, I'll go in
Well,
and
can you
just
see, though?
Take Noodle with you or not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
stick Noodle on me. And is it really, really dark? Because I can use my bow blade for some light.
Um, I'll say you notice as you step in, it's dark in the immediacy of the entry. But as you go forward a little bit, you do see kind of like there are places that are kind of like there's a weird phosphorescence, kind of like these bulbous little outcroppings in this fleshy cavern that you step into. And the little outcroppings are kind of like little like lymph nodes, but they glow. You also see a repetition of the pattern of kind of like flesh and muscle fibers kind of stretching across all of the surfaces of this cavern. And periodically there are places that look like it might be something had died here, something was dumped here, something that had teeth. Um, just it's an amalgamation. Like you don't find anything, you don't see anything right away that is moving beyond the just general sense of the vibrations that you've already noticed. But it looks like maybe stuff has been dumped here.
What kind of stuff?
Like barrels and canisters, empty,
We're empty.
cracked clay vessels. You pick out here and there signs of like bone shards, a skull here and there. And in the center, in the distance of this cavernous space, there is a particularly stronger glow. It's still like very, very faint light. So not like full brightness.
Okay.
But there does seem to be like an opening on the opposite end of the cavern that is surrounded both by kind of webbed and yet tooth-like extensions. And then inside the center of it, it's like a hatch of like glowing metal that seems to periodically give a little like kind of clicking sound.
I'm going to stop and wait for the others to catch up and ask Jomon if he can just see if that hatch type thing is trapped.
All right, I'm going to move you guys because technically you have entered, and I'm going to move you to another map. All right, so you can adjust yourself a little bit accordingly.
So is that the hatch thing in front of us?
Yeah, at the other far end, the big like circular kind of with teeth around a glowy section is what you think is a hatch.
Why can't I move myself?
Let me check the map.
Yelena can.
I might have forgotten to turn off a thing. I did. I forgot to turn off a thing.
There we go.
All right.
Okay. Why has it got claws, guys?
Ignore the claws part. That part does not have claws.
Are you sure? You're not trying to kill us all?
Well, I'm not going to say that I'm not trying to kill you all, but I'm going to say that the claws treat the claws itself and any of those parts around there as these are like looks like dumped body parts that have fallen around this hatch area. So like, go into drawing mode. That seems to be like fixed into the this structure such that it is. But like everything surrounding it seems to be like miscellaneous viscera and parts. And as you get a better look around, it just seems like a lot of stuff has been left here, trashed here, dumped here. In a way, you almost, it's very unsettling, especially to you, Terel, because of your a desire for hygiene. It's almost like you're trying to walk through where a biohazard spill has occurred.
Okay. And these like little cluster things that we can see.
Yeah, that's where the light is coming off of.
Right, that's them. Okay, right.
But they look like growths or like
They look gross.
lymph nodes kind of poking out of the rest of the fleshy expanse that's covering whatever metal and structure makes up this cavern.
All right. Oh, I suppose we're a bit too far for Jomont to still check the traps on that thing. So I will continue edging forward with Noodle, and I will ask Noodle to keep an ear out for creatures, or mind out.
You're moving forward.
Yeah.
As you
Stop
move
there and listen.
as you
Sorry,
move
go.
forward and look around, you hear some more like every like 5 or 10 minutes you hear kind of like a clicking kind of, it's like a piece of machinery. This is coming from the hatch, and it's like a piece of machinery that like is self servicing, like I don't know how to say self service. That it's like it's doing some kind of validation check to make sure it's closed.
Yeah.
And you hear the sounds of that happening every few minutes. Like there is some active machinery in this hatch. And as you get closer, let's see, make a perception check. Eventually, someone's going to roll a natural 20. Ooh.
That wasn't terrible.
Yeah, that was pretty good. You and it's a little bit unsettling, of course, but tucked in one of those claws that give you so much pause is another piece of parchment.
I will look at Kai and point to the parchment. Ask if he can grab it again with his mage hand.
Yeah, when I get a bit closer, I can.
Yeah. I don't know. What's the distance on your mage hand?
I think it's 30 feet.
Okay. And then let me just move up ahead of you. Just in case.
Kai
on,
sends
Joma.
his hand. And it's another note, again, from Muldy. And this one says, I got a little excited with my first scribble, and I forgot that I meant to tell you something in the first place. Oopsie. Hope you're not dead. If you're reading this, that's a good sign, though not 100% guarantee. Watch out for the malleables in the orifice. These are the parts left over when the aliens gloop one of their experiments really bad. Gnarly stuff. The little ones can join to make biggies, and the really big ones can absorb the littles to heal. But if you wall up a biggie too hard, they might split into a bunch of smaller ones. Is that bad? I hear you ask. Well, it's not good. P.S. Don't feed them psychic candy. The note is signed Muldy Marstein, Esquire.
Psychic candy?
Yeah, you've got me. No idea. I mean, the whole splitting into little things was a bit like what the monolith did, wasn't it? Its smaller shards seem to still have some kind of sentience, or... Well, we didn't know if it was sentience or not, but...
As you're pondering this letter from Muldy Marstein and contemplating what the hell he meant by psychic candy and whether or not, it's good or bad, this whole one, malleables, and two, orifice. Like, Yelena was wondering if, like, okay, is this an orifice? But maybe it really is an orifice. And if it is an orifice, what kind?
Yeah, which way?
As you're contemplating this, there is a sound. The hatch becomes active, and you hear like a rotating of metal and crystal and a squelch of flesh as things begin to spiral and unlock, and the hatch opens. And there's brighter light that comes through. There's obviously something beyond this hatch. But you guys are all like 30 feet away so far, and it's like at a different angle. Like you get a sense like you'd have to like approach it and then walk down, or enter it and then go down, because it's not like in the wall, it's in the floor kind of situation. And there's more light coming out of it now that it's open. It's kind of quiet, and then you hear a really heavy kind of hefting sound, like something's getting thrown. And then through the hatch comes a really large blob of flesh that splats down. Blob that lands, it kind of comes flying out like someone's hurled it through the hatchway, splats on the ground, like practically right where that missive from Muldy was picked up. And in its wake, there's a bunch of like little teeny pieces that come splat, splat, splat after it, flying over your heads, but also like just into the space. And then the hatch starts the mechanism that it's going to be closing. And you see these pieces of flesh. They go splat against the floor. But after like a second of like shaking it off, they start to move and kind of seem to writhe. They almost blend in with the surface that they landed on, but they're clearly different entities. They're just like these moving blobs of flesh and gristle. I'm going to have you guys roll initiative.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
I'm pressing the wrong button. I was cleaning up some stuff, but I also need to roll for Lord Jomont Noodle, don't I? So Jomont will be a he should be a 19. Noodle is a +2. So Noodle's 6. Yelena, Kai, Noodle, you're all like in a little row. Okay, so I had you roll initiative because at this point, I mean, you're not really in combat, but it's kind of like to indicate that multiple things could happen. The hatch is closing. Gnarly stuff was just thrown into this room, and it seems to be like getting ready to be active. And you are about 50 feet away from the closing hatch. The first person who gets to act is Lord Jomont. He doesn't want to act first. So he looks over at Terel and he's like, what should we do?
Why are you asking me?
Because you're next in the combat order and he respects you.
Oh, well, he's a fool. What do we want to do? Do we want to just try and get past him and jump down the hatch?
You think we can make it?
I mean, Yelena can. I can Misty Step, but that does nothing for Kai and Jomon.
Well, I can dash for it. If we're running for it, I'll run hell for leather.
Think. I'm assuming these things look threatening and they look like they're gonna attack us.
It is a concern when you run past them, there might be an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Do these green things? I see the claw things that we were told not to worry about. Do we need to worry about the
kind of greenish things? Those are the light sources. Those are kind of like implanted. You don't think that they are any kind of. You haven't seen them animate. They just seem to be parked there, kind of giving off some phosphorus light.
I'm just wondering if we need, if this is like a stomach or something, and we're going to get hit with acid or like. Maybe those fleshy things are a meal. I don't know.
Okay, so immediate thing. Stay or go.
I think we go. I mean, we got to go. There's no other
Yeah.
way to go.
Okay, so Jomont runs for it. He gets to the hatch. But given as he moves past, the large structure does sense him passing by. And it tries to lash at him with a fleshy tendril as an opportunity attack. And a 26 definitely hits Lord Jomont.
Uh-huh. I think that would hit any of us.
It does 12 damage to him. But unfortunately, it does also grapple him. So he makes it, rather than making it all the way, he makes it as far as the creature. And he's, at least for now, he has one like tendril of flesh wrapped around a leg that's kind of like holding on to him, holding him back as a rope, but he's like pulling against it actively to try to escape. But it might take him until the next turn to escape. Terel, it's you.
All right, I am going to run up to where Jomon is and attack the tendril.
All right. Make an attack roll against the tendril to see if you can cut Jomont free. And with the natural 20, I would say, well, number one, I'm going to drink some stuff. You can go ahead and do a damage roll. But I would say because you rolled a natural 20, not only do you cut Jomont free, but you are able to shove him the rest of the way into the hatch. And because the thing has already made an opportunity attack, it has used up its reaction for this round.
Okay. Can I save a bonus action? You know, like you can save an action, or is that not something you can do?
No.
No, right.
It's really only
I'm,
the action that you're saving when you hold, and you've already acted by attacking the, yeah.
yeah. I'm just wondering if I should stay until you guys have got past, just in case, before
You can
jumping down the
continue
hatch.
moving until just the thing and kind of guard just by the hatch.
Yeah, all right, let's do that. Because I could say, well, all right, so I could say that I use my bonus action to move up to the thing and then just use my normal movement to, because 50 steps a bonus.
And I'm going to move him off of the map because he's essentially has reached the hatch. You were just outside the hatch.
Right.
One of these blobs, they seem to like be alert now to your movements, and it just sort of starts moving in boop 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 towards like some signs of movement, but like actually, if that's true, then it should be moving towards like you. So it's not right on you, but like it can sense you a bit, and that's all it does.
Okay.
This thing, it is its turn. It sensed you. You cut its tendril. It's going to try to slash you with another tendril, grab you with a tendril, Terel.
Okay.
28. Does a 28
That
work?
hits.
You take 17 damage as the and you have resist of bludgeoning, so that's actually 14. And the tendril lashes around your leg. But next turn, you can either make a strength saving throw or you can attack it to set yourself free.
Okay.
Yelena, you see that Jomont and Terel have had a bit of a struggle with the big gloppy thing. But you've seen that this thing has had many opportunities to try to, attack and stop them, and they've been successful or fairly successful so far in continuing towards the hatch, and Jomont's disappeared out of sight. And you still have winged boots.
I do. So I do feel like I need to help Terrell. I'm going to fly up and I'm going to see if I can swipe at whatever is holding her.
Swipe, or you can even just try to shoot at the sinew of the tendril and split it.
I can shoot at it.
Yeah, because you can fly over.
Yeah. Don't move.
Stay still.
Yeah,
Stay
okay.
still.
I'll hold my shield up.
Don't roll a 1. Oh, and I'm going to drink some moonshine for that nat 20.
Oh, come on. Too many windows. Oh, come on. Did that not work? Why didn't that work? That was a 19.
Oh!
I'm mad. There, okay. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, 21's plenty to smack a tendril. Even just shoot it. So like roll damage. You need like 8. So 13 is plenty. Your arrow just shears through the tendril that is wrapped around Terrell's leg, and she can now easily pull away from the gristle that remains, the threadbare, stringy, muscular bits that still tie her to this malleable creature. So,
Right.
Terel, ostensibly you are free.
Okay.
Can I take can I push her through so she can move my turn?
I'm going to say no because it wasn't a natural 20
Okay.
like you did with Jomont. And have you used all your movement to fly there?
I don't know. That's oh god.
I didn't pay
Yeah,
attention to where you
this is
started.
I know. It was, I think I was next to Kai, so probably I probably used it.
Don't you have Misty Step as well, though?
Oh, that's right, you do.
And it's a bonus action.
Bonus
so...
action. You can Misty Step through the hatch.
Yeah, I want to make sure Kai gets through though.
Okay.
Well, that is why Terel's standing around.
I sort of feel like we need to get through.
Okay. All right. Well, we shall await Kai together.
All right, I'm gonna hover where none of those things can get me.
Oh, I don't think I put him on the map. I'm assuming that like Noodle is riding along with you. You picked him up and flew him.
Because I took him on my shoulder, so I've been moving him with me.
Okay.
So can I just sort of hover right here?
Yeah.
Does that get me? Okay.
And you can see like you can see that Jomont's like crouched on the other side of the mechanics.
Okay.
And he's kind of like motioning at you to continue on because he doesn't want to like be alone on that side.
Like, hold on.
But he's also kind of like he's also kind of crouched down and he's like trying to be like, subtle and like, hide his position just in case there's anything over there.
Yeah.
Let's jump on to Kai. Your turn.
So I'm assuming we're not attacking these things. We're just trying to get around them, yeah?
Yeah, we're just trying to get down the hatch.
Right. Well, I've only got 30 movement speed, and I don't have
dash.
any bows.
You can
Can I
dash.
Oh, dash.
Yeah.
Oh, well, shall I dash to the hatch then?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
What path do you take dashing?
Can I go around the left side of the larger one?
Yes, you can. Just wanted to confirm. All right. Going around the left side of the larger one, you have no problems because it's all focused on. It was the large creature, the large malleable, was focused on grabbing Jomont, and then as Terel slashed it, the tendril on it, it was focused on grabbing Terel, and then now Yelena's shot it. So you're running around the perimeter of where its focus is, and you've avoided the smaller one. So it doesn't get to make an opportunity attack on you. So you have like you've chosen the clear strategic path straight for the hatch.
Julio.
So you're like on the other side with Jomont. So I'm going to take you off the map. With that, top of the order, Terel.
A Misty Step to the hatch.
You Misty Step through the hatch. That just leaves seeing you guys Misty Step with Yelena still hovering there. This large one has one last chance to try to grab her with a tendril. Does a 16 meet your armor class?
Oh, wait. What is my armor class? Oh, no.
Oh.
Front page.
Wait. You're within whatever of Yelena, of Terel.
Yeah, so it rolls a disadvantage.
So let me roll again to see if it is lower. Oh, I rolled just a flat 20. So what is it? Plus, okay, 23. So 16, it's still 16.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
What is your armor class?
14.
Wah. So a tendril lashes out, and as you're hovering in the air, a piece of flesh snaps out like a frog's tongue and grabs your ankle, and it starts pulling you. But everybody else is on the other side. But you have it is now your chance to act, Yelena. So you can make a strength saving throw or a dex, I'll say. You need a 15 to escape.
We'll do.
Or you can attack it with a sword.
Let me try Dex saving throw.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Now you can attack it.
Yeah, now you can attack it.
All right.
You'll need 8 damage to cut through.
All right. I need to probably use the sword, don't I?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Range
I'll
would
use
be
this.
disadvantage.
All right.
But you hit it with a 22. And you cut at it, but it's not enough to completely cut you free.
But you got another attack, right?
You do. And that 1 point of psychic damage does not actually hit it, so it needs 4 more. An 18 should hit it, yes. An 18 hits. So you need 4 damage.
Oh, yeah.
4 plus, so 7 damage is enough. And with the second swipe, you cut yourself free, and you have 30 feet of movement to get your ass through the hatch as it starts to shut down. Basically, at the end of this round, it will be closing and close in on anything or anyone. So both of you managed to make it to the other side of this hatch, out of the orifice, and out of the vicinity of those malleables that the last note from Muldy Marstein was warning you about. You find yourself in a circular room. And I'm going to be moving you guys to another map. It's fairly small. And the hatch is on the ceiling above you. There's kind of like a platform in the middle of the room. And the platform isn't exactly pristine at this point. Because so recently stuff came through it, and now I'm sharing a map. Like the orifice, it does seem continuing to be on the theme of the walls and the floor being somewhat fleshier than you would like. However, it is not decayed and as smelly as the previous area. There's a lot less of those kind of squelching sounds. Instead, you hear a faint rhythmic beating. There's also a little bit of a hum in the air. And in places, you see structures kind of built in as the framework and supports in the walls that appear to be bone, whereas others appear to be like metal columns and grid work to offer support. And then very clearly, just outside of this room, there's like a passageway that's about 5 feet wide, 10 feet maybe in some places, that extends away from this room. You see another wrapped piece of scroll work tucked in at the doorway.
Okay. I think at this point maybe it's worth just picking it up rather than using your mage hand.
Mhm.
I'll go get it in case Oak jumps out at us. Actually, can I ask Noodle if he can sense anything around us? Or even sense Muldy?
Ooh, I don't sense Muldy. But this is this is it. This is the bad place. This is the icky place. Yeah, I think there's some stuff about, I don't know, maybe a couple 100 feet away. You should be careful.
Okay, I shall relay that to the group.
Mostly, though, I think they're like little guys like me, but sometimes with little guys like me, there's also the eyeballs.
What are the eyeballs?
Not beholder. Is it a bunch of
Oh.
eyeballs?
Nah, one. There's just lots of them. I don't think I'm explaining it right. But they're a little like me, too.
Okay, and what do they do?
They look for stuff. They kind of act like the eyes for, well, the brains, like me. And they're tattlers. They snitch.
Right. Basically, if one spots us, it probably sounds an alarm type thing.
Well, at least they'll tell like the big guys who are close by. You know, if there's a big guy close by, they'll be like, "Hey, there's something going on that I see. I'm snitching." So you've picked up this third note from Muldy, correct?
Yes.
This one says, "My buddies, you may wonder why I'm brazenly littering this alien headquarters with my scribbles. Won't my otherworldly nemesis simply sweep up these pearls of wisdom? Or worse, gain all of our cunning plans? Never fear! For one, my plans are never cunning. Secondly, the aliens with eyes have terrible vision. They can flay your mind with their thoughts, but they still need glasses to spot inanimate objects. And the ones with lots of eyes, or like little eyes, don't usually have arms, so it's never their job to tidy up, so just litter away." And it's signed Muldy Marstein, Esquire.
Okay, so they can see stuff, but they can't do all about it apart from raising an alarm.
Yeah,
What was the first bit again?
They think to do it. And the things that do have eyes have terrible vision, that they can flay your mind with their thoughts, but they still need glasses to spot inanimate objects or small objects.
Right, so we're probably going to have like issues with psychic damage or like the crystalline did.
They don't have good visual perception.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm like, with that note, do you want to just stop here for today?
Sure.
Before you get into anything deep with exploring further?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Not to say that there's anything immediate, like, oh yeah, you're going to be right in the middle of it as soon as you like leave this little room. It's just if we're going to explore at this point, probably should wait till next week. We'll be fresh, or next month when we'll be fresh and actually remember what we're doing.
And we'll have had daylight savings time, so we'll be back.
And we'll be back on the same daylight savings time next time. Woohoo! I'm sorry it's so gross.
It is a bit icky, I have to admit.
I was like, oh no.
You're like, oh yeah, let's just skip this pyramid, yeah. And I'm like, uh-oh, the pyramid is the alien base. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. It's just like this. Like, I remember playing this game once, and it was this. It was some sort of underground tunnel with a river and these plinths or columns you had to jump on. And this was some game I was playing with somebody else long ago. And it was basically there was a whole group of us, and I'm like, guys, I think this is God's way of telling us we need to find another way around this space.
That sounds like DDO.
Yep.
Oh no, we have to jump all the do a jumping exercise to get to the end of the quest.
Right. it was a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, perhaps this is not the right way to go.
Perhaps there is an alternate path.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that. Looks like I was trying to figure out, like, okay, like if there was somehow a secret hatch to go into another part of this, where would that be? And then I was like, oh my god, I don't know where it would be. So then I was like, okay, let's just have Noodles say that. Yeah, I'm getting the vibes. This is it. This is it.
Oh dear.
Perhaps make
Well-
your traps a little more inviting.
I should have made it more of a honey pot up front.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of clearly telegraphing that, oh yeah, this is gross and this is trouble. Like Muldy's message says, you have an 80% chance of survival because you're buddies.
Great.
Next time, is April 18th good?
I have got something in at 2 p.m. So
Another is the 11th or the 25th good?
Right, we can't do the 11th,
Is-
so, but we haven't got anything on the 25th.
yeah, 25th
All
is
right,
good.
let's do the 25th.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it's just in my calendar.
Same.
Well, well done. You have survived yet another session
Yeah.
of Dungeons and Dragons. And I think running past that thing was a good idea. Was a good choice.
Good.
It didn't seem to have any trouble hitting us, did it? So
Yeah, it's sort of a reverse Sarlacc.
yeah,
But
but
we're going
yeah.
into it.
It was just the first thing I thought of when you described the orifice patch type
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
Yep. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you for DDO tomorrow.
Yep.
Yep.
See you tomorrow, Bonnie.
Thanks,
And have
Bonnie.
a good
Bonnie.
month, Kim.
Bye.
See you in a
Yeah.
month.
See you later.
Yeah. Bye.